Yeah. Oh, you had a packed house first service, Mama. Bible nerds. They're like, oh my God, it's actually fellowship. So, are we on the second half of 89 or are we on 90? Oh, so it's 90, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So we're that's gonna be that's gonna be 2 weeks. All right. Uh, oh goodness. Hey, so today is day 4 in a row of Pastor Costin texting me early in the morning with a Bible verse, and then me responding with my own Bible verse. So it's almost a full week now where he's reached out first to just, huh? I think that he might be open to it, but we just have to make sure that nobody has harboring ill feelings about. Yeah, I know, but there's some people that might think, well, you just left us, and blah, 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 blah. Which I would like to think our family isn't that petty, but those are the ones that are watching it. Which is what the Bible says to do, right? We're supposed to come to one another one on one, and then if that doesn't work, we're supposed to call in a witness and then go to him again. And then if that doesn't work, we're supposed to get the whole congregation together and be like, look, bud. I did. It is Bob and Cheryl. I had to. At one point, it was her and Jack. At one point, it was. But Hans wasn't looking for mutual ministry anyway. He wanted to complain about homelessness. I wonder why. Well, I figured you weren't. But I'd like for you to mention it to Bible study then, for those that are second service that I know, but still. You made me start crying, by the way, when you started talking about that. Yeah. Because I see them every Sunday after church looking to see if there's food that they can take. And it breaks my heart that, like, I can't. Like, I can't. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. Carl's front feet. What's happening? We're on 90. Bye, Zamzows. Bye, Sienna. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye, Court. Bye, Parker. I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. I love you. I love you. Bye. Oh, okay. See ya, everybody. It's been a week, y'all. It has been a week. Uh, keep our school for sure in your prayers. One of our teachers quit with no notice, effective immediately. Another one of our teachers is going on vacation, effective Monday. Candace just got back from vacation herself, and I am still swimming through everything that is HVAC, and I hate it here. But it is what it is. Uh, and then on Saturday, I suddenly had a juggling session with our synod through Pastor Tracy over a SAM that they wanted to send us for today that I didn't know was even coming. So, but then when I let Pastor Tracy know that Mom found something associated with Luther for the sermon, she said, "Tell her to run with it." So we've got a blessing from to run with it for the day. So that's what we're doing. So Pastor Nelson is going to be returning to us the last 2 Sundays of this month. And he's agreed that as he has availability and is able to, he will. But he's another one of those pastors that's more towards retirement than towards wanting to be a steady, regular thing. And he's also very much enjoying going to church with his wife again, which we completely support and understand. But he has agreed to be one of our on-call supply. Pastor Whitty is still on occasion. Like if we have no other option, give him a call. He may or may not say yes type thing. He did just foster a dog. She's a yellow lab, and she's from like one of the wildfire areas, and they're fostering her until she finds a forever home. And he sent me a picture of her exploring her new backyard. So she's very cute. Her name is Betty. Betty. Uh, I don't. I think she's like 4 or 5. So she's not a puppy. But yeah, so they're fostering a dog on top of their little one that refuses to go because that Chihuahua's gonna live forever. Um, the Chihuahua? No, really? Yeah. Nope, because now they're fostering. So much for traveling. um, and then Pastor John L. has said he might be able to come and preach for us the next 2 Sundays coming up. Pastor John L. But he won't know until Monday, and he's going to get back to me. The idea that I even asked him about it was maybe this is an opportunity to get you into our building. You can meet us. We can see how you minister, and it will give us a better idea of one another. Right? But also God's will. So if God does not want Pastor John L is not for us, then God's do what you're going to do, Father. And then we have a SAM, which means synodically authorized minister, whose name is Jack, which I know Jack would be thrilled. uh, as a possibility as well. That's who Pastor Tracy and I were talking about yesterday. And then there's been discussion. We have to check if everyone's okay with it first about asking Pastor Costin to come and just maybe do a supply for us, not through the synod, but just he has been reaching out every day this week early in the morning to me. So yeah, every single day around 4:30 in the morning, I wake up to a text message with a Bible verse and that I love you, sis. I'm thinking of you. I miss you. To which I respond with a Bible verse, and I tell him I love you too. We miss you. And he's actually said he wants to get together on one of the walks. So it would be good to see him again. But again, this has to be okay with everybody because he was our shepherd at one point and he walked away. So that there's going to be a discussion at the next council meeting about many things, including that. How was your week? How was your guys' week? Oh. So I have a recommendation for you. The next time you have one of those days or one of those moments, even if you just go to your phone and open up a Bible app, just read a verse, right? Just read a verse. Doesn't even have to be a whole chapter. Just open the Bible, read a verse. It refocuses you back on neither shoulder, but that who made your shoulders, right? Which might actually help. It helps me, especially with everything that's been going on here at church and in the school. Like, I've taken 5-minute breaks and been back there on Bible Gateway, just like, it's like, buck up. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go play with kids now. So, do you remember the old Mickey Mouse, the old cartoons that had the little angel and the little devil? That I don't see a witch. I see the little angel and the little devil like, no, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. I know the Ericksons had their own debacle with the AC HVAC world. Welcome to my world, Bob. I too was crawling around the old parish hall, though, tracing lines, and so I understand. Did anyone have any of the Psalms jump out? Huh? Jason is at a festival for a 50-year celebration of something or other.
Well, I'm always, when I'm reading these, looking at the text and thinking, which hymn is this? Or what is that?
Which song?
And sure enough, Psalm 90.
Yeah.
Lord, thou hast been our refuge. And it's the most beautiful, beautiful choral piece. It's 8 minutes long, but I will share it with you. I found a particularly beautiful recording on YouTube by the one and only Valparaiso Choir.
Oh.
And I will share it with you guys.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
I love it. That's we're on that today, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Making sure. Sure. Did any of the other Psalms jump out at anyone else? Miss Sharon.
I thought Psalm 87 sounded similar to Revelation
Yeah.
and Jesus' second coming, and this was written before his first coming, so
Well,
that surprised me.
have you read the book of Joel yet? He's a minor prophet. It's only 3 chapters long, so it's not a very big book. It's right after Hosea. I'm just going to give a recommendation. If you can, read the book of Joel. Because the book of Joel reads like Revelation and when Jesus was telling the disciples what to expect in the end of times. And we're talking Joel, which is Old Testament. So technically, the prediction of the end days has been happening all throughout the Bible. It's the same as what we talked about last week with forgiveness of sins. How technically the forgiveness of sins through repentance has happened since sin entered the chat, as the kids like to say nowadays, right? The difference is when the people of Israel back in the Old Testament sinned, God's wrath would be immediate because they had no mediator. They didn't have Jesus yet that paid the price, and so God would, deliver them into their enemies, cause famine, and then once the Israelites turned back to God and repented for their sins, God would lift his hand off of them and forgive them, and they would be back in blessing again, right? But technically, forgiveness of sins it's the same with the prediction of what the end of times is going to look like. Isaiah touches on it. Daniel touches on it. Joel, the whole book is about it. So it's not just right before Jesus ascends and then Revelation, the book of Revelation. It's throughout the whole Bible. If you really allow God to open your mind to it. But yeah, 87 does read like Revelation. You're not wrong.
I particularly underlined the last sentence in his opening paragraph because I thought of 87, yeah. In that city, no Moses shall plague and torment us with his law. I thought,
Yeah.
that's an interesting way of
So
putting it.
remember, where was it? I want to say it's in either 1st or 2nd Corinthians or Ephesians, but it's Paul. It's a letter from Paul, and he's talking about those that live by the law will die by the law, because Jesus came and established a new law through his death and resurrection. So if you're still living by the law of Moses and not also taking into account the fact that the Messiah has come and has set us free, then unless you live perfectly like Jesus did, you're going to die by the law because you're living by the law of Moses and not by the covenant established by God. So that line that you underlined makes me think of that. I don't know if that was Martin Luther's intention with that line, but that's what it makes me think of when you read it right now. That's what it makes me have revelation of, if you will. Any other Psalms? The Bodies are back in town. Yay. Safe and sound. Ready for your photo class? We've been pushing it. No other Psalms, Revelations? No? Okay. Psalm 90 today. Everyone, let's go to Psalm 90. Will you turn that one off for me, my love? It's giving a little ding ding ding. Thank you. Would anyone like to read Luther's part? Oh, see his hand shot straight up. Go ahead and give her the microphone. Yeah, go for it.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Hello. Do you want me to read the whole first thing of the 90th? Okay. The 90th Psalm is a psalm of instruction in which Moses teaches the origin of death, namely sin, which, though known only by God and hidden from the world, is yet inborn in all from Adam to us. It shows that life here is not only short, but also miserable, so that it may well be called the daily death. Oh my goodness. Nevertheless, the psalmist says that such a life is good, so that through it we would be driven to see God's grace and his help to deliver us from it all. For those who never think of death and feel no misery remain senseless fools, caring nothing for God's grace or help. The psalm ends with a prayer that God would show us his work, namely his deliverance from sin and death, that he would send Christ. And the psalmist asked that while we live here, God would establish our work. That is, that both spiritual and worldly authority may be and remain favorable. The 90th Psalm is a short, fine, rich, and full little prayer. Huh.
So I'm going to say that this psalm is attached to deliver us from evil. Right? That's what I think. Does anyone else think it's a different version, portion of the Lord's Prayer? Do you think it's something different? No. No? Because if the world is miserable to live in, but we're still supposed to find joy in the grace that is God, then I mean, I maybe you can include the line before, deliver us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, but that's the part that I think it is. All right, first 5 verses. Does anyone in the row where the mic currently is want to read it? Fantastic. There you go.
There you go.
Lord, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. You return man to dust and say, return, O children of man. For 1,000 years in your sight are but as yesterday when it is past, or as a watch in the night. You sweep them away as with a flood. They are like a dream, like grass that is renewed in the morning.
Anyone want the next 5?
In the morning it flourishes and is renewed. In the evening it fades and withers. For we are brought to an end by your anger. By your wrath we are dismayed. You have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins in the light of your presence. For all our days pass away under your wrath. We bring our years to an end like a sigh. The years of our life are 70, or even by reason of strength, 80. Yet their span is but toil and trouble. They are soon gone, and we fly away.
Okay, the last part of the psalm. Who wants to close it out for us? Anybody?
Have to hold it up. Who considers the power of your anger and your wrath according to the fear of you? So teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom. Return, O Lord. How long? Have pity on your servant. Satisfy us in the morning with your steadfast love, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Make us glad for as many days as you have afflicted us, and for as many years as we have seen evil. Let your work be shown to your servants, and your glorious power to their children. Let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us, and establish the work of our hands upon us. Yes, establish the work of our hands.
That's a pretty powerful psalm. The verse 4, for 1,000 years in your sight are but as yesterday when it is past, or as a watch in the night. Did anyone else suddenly go back to our prayer watches? No? Was just me? Okay. um yeah.
Actually, quite a bit more insightful.
Would you read it then for us,
Thanks.
please?
Just the last few verses, um, starting with 11. Who yet has felt the full force of your fury, or learned to fear the violence of your rage? Teach us to count how few days we have, and so gain wisdom of heart. Relent, Yahweh. How much longer do we have? Take pity on your servants. Let us wake in the morning filled with your love and sing and be happy all our days. Make our future as happy as our past was sad, those years when you were punishing us. Let your servants see what you can do for them. Let their children see your glory. May the sweetness of the Lord be on us. Make all we do succeed.
That's beautiful. Chapter verse 11 was like
Yeah.
but I think we forget that as modern day followers of Christ, we forget that our God is a wrathful God. We love talking about God is love, and He is love. But we forget God is rageful. God is jealous. God is a wrathful God. And I think that sometimes, especially in Western society, and I'm not just saying America, but just Western society as a whole, when it comes to Christianity, we've shallowed it. We've made it a wading pool, if you will, because we don't want to go to the deep end, right? Because the deep end's scary. But I think we're doing a disservice. And that brings me back to that phrase that's found all throughout not only the Psalms, but the Bible, the fear of God, right? It's not literal, like I'm hiding in a corner shaking in my boots, but it's having that reverence for the fact that this is God, right? This isn't your next door neighbor. This isn't your childhood best friend that you grew up with. This is God. The same God that created the plants that are in our memorial garden, the same God that is the same God that made your fingerprint, is the same God that chose your eye color, who made us, right? And we're intricate. I don't know if any of you have ever taken an anatomy class. God help you if you have, because I have. But like when you start looking at the minute little details of what makes a human, if that doesn't make you believe in God, I don't know what will, because there's no way that just happened out of circumstance and evolution. It's just not, there's no way. Like when I was showing Bill my pictures from Utah before they took off for their trip, and I was like, there's no way you can stand there and look at that natural beauty and not think that there's a God. There's just no way. So, but the Jerusalem Bible also always like, anyway, thank you. Give me the tricky one.
Hello? I always come back to the idea that the thought that all of this could have happened by accident is preposterous.
Well, it's like that question that you and Jason were talking over on the walk through Hartwell. Uh, something about nothing. Can something be created from nothing? I think is what the question that was. And you asked me, and I said, well, what's nothing?
Yeah.
Define nothing, because there's always something. Like, so define the nothing that something is coming from for me, and I'll join in the conversation. But
Right.
yeah, it's similar to that.
Yeah, everything we know about math.
Well, I was just going to say, whether you believe in evolution or totally say no, that never happened, I'm with you and with so many others that there is a plan, and who was the planner? Whether it's God or some other being, if you don't believe in God, or some other source, but things happen for a reason. And it takes time in many cases, as we well know, and it just, you know, we just didn't go poof and we're here, so.
There's a you have the microphone in this yet. There's a Christian hip hop rap artist, right? Yes, they exist. But he was doing an interview about his newest album, and he said, what was the line that he said? Oh, he said the same God that you damn is the God that created dams. The same God that you curse is the God that gave you a tongue to curse with. And the same God that paints a night sky is the same God that gives you a sunrise. And I thought that was
Pretty.
artist.
Yeah, it's very
She'll check on
profound.
it. She'll
Her
send
name
it.
is Jackie Hill Perry.
It's very profound.
Yeah.
But my husband, I know, don't want to hit you in the eye. My husband is not an atheist. He's agnostic. And he believes that someone created this great earth. And I don't quite understand the difference between agnostic and atheist. And one who doesn't quite believe that there is a God who created all this good.
So agnostic, think of it this way. You've heard a lot lately of people that pray to the creation, like the universe. The universe is going to provide. The universe is going to give me peace. They're praying to the creation instead of the creator that created it. That's agnostic. Agnostic believes that there is a greater power, right? That there is a greater power that gives us both good and bad, and that comes into the whole playing of like karma, what goes around comes around, things like that. That there's a cosmic universal entity, right? But they don't believe in it being God. Yeah. He has a foundational belief. He has a foundational belief in God, which means that the seed is still planted inside of your husband, right? My dad is Catholic. Um, so, and that's how he was raised. And so he has that same, but he doesn't go to church, like or mass, I guess is what it's called. He doesn't go to mass really or anything like that. He doesn't actively worship his Catholic belief, but he stands on being Catholic still. So it's kind of similar. Right. Yeah. Because you had that faith foundation, right? Bob, you were Catholic too, weren't you growing up?
Sharon and I had to go to an engagement encounter because my uncle, who's a Catholic priest, was going to officiate our wedding along with her pastor at a Lutheran church. And at the very end of the engagement encounter weekend, which we enjoyed, they had a mass. And anyone who wasn't Catholic was told, you may not participate in communion. Ruin the weekend, totally. And I thought, okay, I guess I know what church we'll be going to. And then ultimately, my uncle didn't participate because it was the 4th of July weekend, and he was the pastor up at Lake Arrowhead, Our Lady of the Lake. And he just said, you know what, it's going to be too busy. I'm not going to be able to do it. But
That's on God. That's God's blessing, though, honestly, because He'd already started changing your heart as the new head of the household, right? And so it's almost like He made it a little easier. Or you don't want it. So, because the man is the head, right? The man is the head of the household. Scripture tells us this. So, as two different denominations marrying together, right? You technically, as the male of the household, as the spiritual head of the body of your family that you're creating, right? You're the spiritual leader. So you could have said, let's go 1 week to your church, 1 week to mass, 1 week, but instead, God started changing your heart immediately away from Catholic doctrine so that you two would be truly equally yoked, even in the religious way that you practice your worship. Yeah, it's doctrine. It's not, there's nothing wrong with people who are Catholic, right? There's nothing wrong with people who are Baptist. There's nothing wrong with people. It's what they truly, if they truly love and believe in Jesus Christ, that's what matters, right? Jesus didn't come and make denominations. Jesus came and made a church.
Are we out of time? No. A couple of things. One side note is that you're talking about the head of household. In our house, Barrett and I are so focused on each other, we don't know who's the head of the household.
It's a joint effort.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
I think we took that out of our vows.
yeah, yeah.
I refuse to
But
have
I,
the vows say that.
but I just wanted to say something real quick about evolution. Evolution scares Christians because of the claims that have been made for it. But evolution is scientifically demonstrable. The only thing is it doesn't explain how things got created. We have a very good friend who is a nuclear physicist who participated in CERN about 20 years ago in the discovery of 4 new particles. And he's a Lutheran, and he sees God in everything.
Well, that's the only part of evolution that I disagree with is the idea that we came from a monkey. And that's technically not evolution, that's Darwinism specifically, right? But evolution is natural. We're not still living the way that the Israelites did. We're not still wandering in a desert the way that Abraham did. We've evolved, right? So evolution is very much a part of the natural creation of things. What's all going on over here? All right, let's pray the prayer together. O Lord, eternal God, teach us so to number our days that we may apply our hearts to wisdom, embracing Christ and his gospel as your wisdom and your counsel for our salvation. Grant us grace to walk honestly as in the day that when our last hour is come, we may be found in true faith and godliness, ready to appear before the judgment seat of Christ. Amen. All right, family, I love you, but oh, okay. A little shaky this week, but that's okay. We'll take it.